The day had been long for Little Red, who had once been Sun Ray, the bright yellow crow. Now, as a red-haired fox, she found herself adjusting to her new life. Her transformation had been a shock, and she had a lot to explain to her father, Clever. He had always been kind and patient, but how would he react to seeing her like this? Little Red trotted across the fields toward Clever's pumpkin patch, but on the inside she still felt as if she was gliding in the breeze, her bright orange fur glowing in the evening light. She hesitated at the edge of the field, her heart racing as she approached her father, who was busy tending to the pumpkins. "Father," she called softly, her voice trembling. Clever looked up, his eyes widening in surprise as he saw the fox before him. "Sun Ray, is that you?" Little Red nodded, her tail flicking nervously. "It's me, but I'm not Sun Ray anymore. I'm Little Red now." Before Clever could respond, the air around them suddenly stirred. A whirling wind kicked up, sending leaves and dust swirling into the sky. Moria appeared, riding in on her broom at breakneck speed, her arrival marked by the gusts she stirred behind her. She landed swiftly, stepping off her broom with an expression of both guilt and urgency. I came to apologize," Moria stammered, her voice unusually soft. "I didn't mean for things to turn out like this. I can change her back. I can turn her into a yellow crow again." But before Clever could respond, Little Red jumped forward, her eyes wide with determination. "No!" she cried. "Please, Father, let me stay like this. I may look different, but I can do so much more as a fox than I ever could as a crow. I'll help you around the farm, I can dig, and I can still be Sun Ray just in a different form. Please, let me stay a fox, but I'll still identify as a yellow crow." Clever paused, his gentle eyes moving between his transformed daughter and the guilt-ridden witch. After a moment of thought, he smiled softly. "If that's what you want, Little Red, then I accept it. You'll always be Sun Ray to me, no matter what form you take." Moria exhaled with relief. "Thank you," she said quietly, bowing her head to Clever, because she knew she couldn't get a single spell to work for her. "I didn't mean for this to happen, but I'm glad it's worked out." Back at her cottage, Moria's relief quickly gave way to frustration. Her last spell may have spared her reputation with Clever, but it had also cost her something precious: her old cauldron. In her eagerness to perfect the spell that would have turned Sun Ray into a clone of Clever, her cast iron cauldron had exploded, leaving her without one of the most important tools of her craft. Determined to be prepared for the upcoming blood moon, Moria made her way to the local apothecary to purchase a new cauldron. The apothecary was dimly lit, filled with the scent of herbs and dried plants hanging from the ceiling. On the counter sat a gleaming pewter cauldron with etchings on the side, smaller than her old cast iron one but far more refined. "This one will serve you well," the apothecarist said, eyeing Moria as she examined the cauldron. "It's lighter, faster boiling, and more efficient for your brewing, and comes with a warranty." Something Moria desperately needed. Moria nodded in approval and purchased the cauldron. Along with it came a pewter spoon and a few other small pieces that needed to be assembled. She carried everything back to her cottage, eager to try it out. But first, she needed to put it together. "Daniel Thorne," she called, placing the pieces on the table. "Come help me assemble this." The lazy black cat stretched out on his cushion, barely lifting his head. "Ugh, why would I do that? You know I'm not into manual labor." Moria scowled at him. "Fine, be useless as always." Realizing she couldn't rely on Daniel Thorne, Moria summoned two of her old acquaintances, the raven and the alyssum hen. The two birds arrived quickly, eager to assist Moria after years of estrangement. Moria had been slowly forgiving Dave Venn for leaving her to start a life with the alyssum hen, and this task seemed like the perfect opportunity to mend old wounds. "Thank you for coming," Moria said with a faint smile. "I need help putting together this new cauldron. My old one, well, it didn't quite survive my last experiment." Dave Venn and the hen, eager to help, set to work assembling the new pewter cauldron. The pieces fit together perfectly, and soon, Moria had a brand new cauldron gleaming in the middle of her workroom. "Thank you," Moria said, feeling a rare moment of gratitude. This is a fresh start for me. She sniffed and said something about that new cauldron smell. Daven, ever the practical one, cawed softly. It's not about the cauldron, Moria. It's about what you brew in it. Moria, eager to test out her new cauldron, flipped through her beginner's spell book, searching for something simple yet impressive to show off. She couldn't afford another failure. Not with Daniel Thorne, Daven the Raven, and the hen watching her every move. Her eyes landed on a simple spell with only 2 ingredients. It was foolproof, there was no way it could go wrong. Perfect, Moria muttered, gathering the ingredients. She stood over her new cauldron, stirring the brew with her pewter spoon as the potion bubbled to life almost instantly. Her audience watched silently, waiting to see if she could pull off the spell without a hitch. To her surprise and relief, the spell worked. A puff of bright smoke rose from the cauldron, signaling her success. Moria beamed, her confidence returning. She had proven herself, at least for now. But as Moria basked in the glow of her small victory, a newfound confidence sprung forth and her thoughts quickly shifted back to the blood moon. It was fast approaching, and with it came the chance to brew a potion unlike any other. The moon's biennial energy could amplify her magic tenfold, and she knew that this was her chance to finally gain the upper hand over Clever. Yet, deep down, Moria couldn't shake the feeling that her ambition was leading her down a dangerous path. Every spell, every new tool she acquired only seemed to bring her closer to disaster. The blood moon would be no different. It would either grant her the power she craved, or it would cost her everything. As the evening drew near, Moria stared into the bubbling cauldron, her thoughts heavy with the weight of her next move. She had succeeded today, but tomorrow's success was far from certain. Daniel Thorne, sensing her unease, padded over and curled up beside the cauldron. "You did great today," he said with a yawn. "But don't get too comfortable. The blood moon is coming, and we both know how unpredictable that can be." Moria didn't respond. She stared out the window at the rising moon, knowing that no matter how well she prepared, her magic had a way of turning against her. As the night deepened, Moria whispered to herself, "I'll be ready. I have to be." But even she couldn't ignore the growing sense of dread that came with each passing day, as the blood moon loomed closer, promising both power and peril in equal measure.